This is Jonathan Aguilar here for Pro Boxing fans. I'm up here in Hartlepool today with unbeaten super bantamweight Tommy Ward. Tommy, how you doing?
Very well, thank you.
Very good. Now let's talk about 2019. 4 big wins. You're now #1 contender with the WBO. How do you reflect on it?
Yeah, 2019 was a good year, really. You know, obviously the breakout fight was in America, so and from there, obviously we pushed on. Now we're ranked #1 by the WBO. So I believe 2020 the world title fight will come, and we'll end up winning that. About time.
I mean, #1 contender with the WBO, as you mentioned, breakout fight in America, in Kansas. What was that like?
Fantastic experience. Obviously went to New York. We were there 12 days, I think, and then flew out to Kansas and fighting Showtime. It was all around. It was a good experience. It was a good fight. I was happy to do it. You know, and the full team just enjoyed it. It was a really good experience.
And you closed off the year in Dubai. New venue for you, new venue for most people, but on an MTK card as well. What was that experience like out in Dubai?
Again, another fantastic experience. You know, all making memories. We're all the team together. We flew out. A new place I've been, Dubai. I've never been before, so it was nice to see it in the gyms and that they're out there. Obviously had a good fight as well. So you know, the full lot. I just really enjoyed it. Again, it was a great experience.
I mean, with your MTK deal, big promotion company, a lot of people managed by them now. We obviously saw Josh Taylor sign for them recently. What have they done for your career, would you say?
Fantastic. I mean, you know, I wish I was with them 4 or 5 years ago. You know, but there we go. I mean, listen, we started off with Dave Garside and Phil Jeffries doing the North East shows, you know, and Neil Fanning. That we built up properly. We ended up fighting for the British title, winning that, defending it, you know, moving on, you know. But with MTK, I think anything's possible with them. They can make the fights happen. The biggest, best fights out there, they can make it all happen, you know. So it's all the hard work is starting to pay off for them, you know. They're just they're making the fights, they're pushing us forward. So, you know, I'm over the moon. I'm happy to be with them.
Now, looking ahead, April 4th, probably the worst kept secret. Everyone knows it's going to be this Newcastle Bill.
Yeah, it's a very bad kept secret, that.
I mean, what sort of level of opponent are you looking at? Obviously, Navarrete, the WBO champion's tied up. He's got a fight coming up on the Fury Wilder undercard. So what sort of level will you be looking at?
You know, obviously, listen, I'm world level, so I'll leave that down to the management, MTK. They're going to organise it all and sort it all out, but I believe it will be a good opponent. But, you know, likes of Ray Vargas fighting TJ Dewey, that's a fantastic fight, 2 good fighters. You know, the winner of them, I'd like the fight. Obviously you've got the kid who just beat Daniel Roman, another good fighter. That was a fantastic fight. I haven't watched it yet, but I will give it a watch. Another good fighter that I'd like to have, and obviously you've got Navarrete there as well. So you know, the division at the minute is fantastic. Some great fighters there, and I'd like to be involved with them all. So hopefully we will do in 2020.
I mean, I know you haven't watched it back, but when you first heard of it, were you shocked?
A little bit, yeah. I mean, I don't know much about the kid who obviously who won. They said that he was a good amateur and he was looking impressive as a pro, but you know, never did see him before and never heard nothing of him, to be honest. But obviously Roman's a good fighter, so to beat Roman, you've got to be a good fighter. So you know, fair play to him.
Now that
See you later, Terry.
that WBO shot, when do you sort of expect to get that? Do you think you will become sort of mandatory with a win in April? I
think so, hopefully anyway. I mean, like I said, obviously we offered the fight with Pagara, who was ranked #1, I was ranked #3 at the time. He refused the fight never happened, so obviously we're ranked #1 now. So I do believe a good win in April will get me the mandatory spot to fight for the world title. So hopefully you get out and get a good win in April, and then I will be made mandatory and then fight for the world title later on in the year.
What do you make of sort of the northeast scene at the moment? Obviously Lewis and yourselves gunning for world titles. We just had Terry Wilkinson in the gym, Joe Laws and April Hunter, of course, at Wallsend. What do you make of sort of the scene right now?
It's booming. I mean, listen, like I said it for many years, obviously, without even when I had like little exposure. Now the exposure's starting to come and it's starting to get bigger. But the northeast got some great fighters there, and again, they're willing to fight anybody and put it all on the line and put on a good show. So, I mean, April the 4th. The worst kept secret. If the show's happening that there, you know, the North East fights will be there. But like I said, if you put the North East fans on, North East fighters on, the North East fans will come, and the show will be a sellout. And again, it's a great atmosphere there. Obviously, I don't know if you've been there before when Lewis was fighting and that. You know, the crowd really gets behind it, and it's fantastic. So, fantastic place to be, good venue to be on, good fighters there. So the North East is definitely coming up.
on Lewis, what do you make of what he's got coming up? Obviously, he's as well close to a world title shot. Belt's kind of tied up at the moment, but where do you see his career in 2020 going?
Listen, with Lewis, he's learning all the time. He's coming on fantastic. He's been coming on since obviously he's moved full time with Neil. The Robert Davis fight, I mean, a lot of people had him down for Davis to outbox Lewis because what you've seen of him, he's a stand forward fighter and he's in your face. But I mean, I said it before the fight, you will see a new Lewis. And you did on the night, you seen him actually boxing and moving and fighting at times, and there's a lot more to his game plan. He's only adding to that, so he's only getting better. So I mean, 2020 again, I think for both of us and the fan and Jim, Neil fan and I think we'll bring world titles back to the North East. I mean, it'd be fantastic if we get a double header on, me and Lewis. That would definitely be a sellout in the North East. You know what I mean? So, and again, get the North East undercard on the North East boxers would be fantastic.
Looking at doing my research before I came here, I saw some comments Tyson Fury made about you, saying he sees huge potential in you. Did you sort of know him before he made those comments? What do you make of that?
Tyson, I know Tyson anyhow. Again, he's just Tyson. He'll say it how it is. If he thought I was shit, he'd say, "Listen, you're shit." You know what I mean? But thankfully, he sees potential there. He sees the talent there. Obviously, a lot of people do. So, I mean. Tyson's gone out and fighting the bronze bomber on the 22nd. I can't wait for that. Hopefully punches his head in. But no, he did. He said some nice things and that there. And I mean, like I said, I do know Tyson. He's a friend of mine. So, best of luck as well against the bronze bomber.
I mean, on that fight, how do you see that one going? Tyson saying in the build-up he's going to knock him out in 2 rounds. How do you see the rematch going?
Listen, with Tyson, it's absolutely unexpected. Tyson could go out there and punch the lugs off him for 12 rounds or might knock him out. But with Tyson, you'd never know. Only he knows what he's going to do on the day. But one thing's for sure, I think he'll definitely beat him. I thought he beat him the first time, just never got the decision. But, that's just boxing. But I think if he goes out this time and puts on another good display like he did last time, avoid getting the heavy ones to get dropped down, he'll come away with a victory, definitely.
A lot of people say he's sort of like in the top pound for pound in the world, obviously at his weight. Who do you see as the top 3?
Pound for pound in the world? I mean, with me, I like the lighter fighters, the ones that I'm like, around about my ways. You got Vasyl Lomachenko, Terence Crawford. There's some fantastic fighters out there. To name some of them the best pound for pound is just one of them. But obviously with Tyson being a heavyweight, he went and dethroned Klitschko. In Germany, you can't say no more than that. He done the impossible, didn't he? So, that was fantastic alone. So with that, he deserves to be up there with the best as well. Yeah.
Final one. What sort of motivates you? Not just just to win the world titles. Maybe outside of boxing, is there a specific thing? Maybe a family reason?
With boxing, with myself, I just love the sport. Have done all my life, and I want to be known as one of the best. I want to go through the world titles at super bantamweight, featherweight, super featherweight. As many as I can get through and fight. Just be involved in the best fights out there possible. You win, lose, or draw. I believe I'm capable of beating anybody out there. I believe I've got the ability to beat anybody out there. But it all depends on the night. But with me, I just want to be involved in the best fights possible. I want some big nights, fight some big names, and just be remembered as one of the good fighters. You know what I mean? One of the great fighters kicking about. So for me, that's all the motivation I need.
So if I was to come up here, say in 1 year's time, do you reckon you would have won the world title, unified, maybe moved up?
Hopefully. Hopefully try to get the one world title shot first. But hopefully, if you come back in a year's time, you might see a big poster on the wall, you know what I mean, with the world title belt. But, like I said, it's just one step at a time. We've got a job to deal with on April the 4th first, get through there and, try to capture one world title before we try to capture any more. So, we just take it one step at a time, baby steps, and we'll get to where we want to be. I do believe so.
Tommy Ward, thanks very much for talking to pro boxing fans, and we'll look forward to an announcement on this April 4th card.
Hope so. Thank you very much.